So I'll make this really very quick. Most of you know this information because you've judged many world championships before. I was going to introduce the competition director, but she seems to have left the room. So, better, Steve? How are we going? Thank you. Hesty is not here, but she is the competition director, and I am acting as the technical competition manager during this event, and my name's Kim. So just, you already know, you all have your accreditations. Please be aware you cannot go in zone 2 or 3, which is the training halls and the warm-up halls. Please do not go there. The volunteers and the security will be checking. You should not be in either of those 2 zones. So that is the warm-up hall or the training hall. In the entry, when you came off the bus today, you were in this position here. Okay? Sorry. You were here when you entered. You are now the other 2 stars, which is here, and the lounge is next to where you're standing over here. Appreciate during apparatus finals, you will move through the curtains into the VIP area because there's a clash with the women's meetings. The food's no better, and no, you're not a VIP. So that is where you're going during the apparatus finals. For that, you will also go there tomorrow during the competition because again it clashes with the women's briefing. Entering the field of play, there is the area number 1 up in the top corner. That area is for vault, steel, rings, floor exercise and pommel horse. If you're entering on the other, it is for the high bar and the parallel bars. When you walk out the door here, the signage has already been put up, whether you're going left or right out of this door to march onto the field of play. When you get to either end, it actually does tell you the order in which you line up. Whether it might be the timer leading or it might be the supervisor, it depends on your seating order. Just remember, and I think it mentioned, Steve said the best seats in the house are the reserve judges. So the reserve judges are sitting at the end of the main table, and you will watch the competition from this area. For seating in the venue, you can go to 2 areas. They both will allow you, because you have a 6 on your accreditation, you can either go to the delegation seating, which you can see is directly, and this is a map for women, but you are well aware that this is parallel bars, so it's directly up from the parallel bars. Or there is also another area that is 6 directly up from the high bar. So there's 2 areas that the 6 will allow you to sit in. Can I just say, please do not misuse your accreditation. Only go in the areas you're allowed to so that we don't have any issue. The FIG will impose a fine if you have to have your accreditation removed because you're not following the rules. Just on the field of play, please do not have cameras, iPads, computers, etc. operating during the competition. It is also recommended that you're not using electronic watches even during the competition. So difficult to monitor, but we just encourage you not to be taking any form of filming or recording or communicating with anyone except on the field of play. I don't think you have to worry about this slide. I laughed when I looked at it from the FIG. The field of play, it's freezing. So I think you'll be leaving your jackets on because it's quite cold on the field of play. But should you wish to take your jacket off, please displace it on the back of your chair. I also ask you to be respectful in keeping the field of play clean. So if you have a drink bottle or something and you finish with it, find a rubbish bin. Just marching on for apparatus finals, can I ask that if you are on floor exercise, then you need to be seated 10 minutes before the competition starts. There will be young ladies helping you and guiding you onto the field of play, but 10 minutes before. Remembering there's no march on anymore for judges. It's all you just line up and you move onto the field of play, and you're moving on as the coaches, just before the coaches and the medical are moving on. For pommel horse and rings, you need to be seated prior to the awards ceremony, which will be men's floor and women's vault. And then of course day 2, your first apparatus is vault. The same process, 10 minutes before the start of competition, be seated. And then finally, parallel bars and high bar. Can you please go on before the ceremony starts for vault, so that we haven't got movement happening on the field of play or in the judges' stands during the awards ceremony. Transport, you've already experienced it today, so sincere apologies. We have now been working with transport. Your bus should be leaving Ayana 1 hour prior to either your meeting or your briefing, depending which it is. So tomorrow it's 1 hour before, so for men it's 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Beg your pardon, Andy? Yeah, 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Call.
So 8 o'clock for your 9 o'clock briefing.
Okay.
There are shuttle buses, as you're already aware, that you can utilise if you're coming as a spectator or you're obviously not drawn as one of the judges. There is a Judges' Day Out on the 23rd. The bus will leave the hotel, Ayana, at 10 o'clock. You will be visiting museums, monuments and shopping. And it will return you to the hotel by 1:30. During the subsequent days, some of the volunteers will organise numbers, etc. But that's just for your information on the morning of the 23rd. Told you to be quick, so thank you. And Timara, Kasi, thank you very much.